Hello, my wonderful, amazing artists. Today we are going to be making a line print painting using cardboard tools. So we can get a variety, that means a lot of different sizes of cardboard to work with today. And you might also want some curved tools, that way we can make things like ovals and circles and rounded shapes. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be thinking about the word beauty. We've been talking about that today. And that artists decide to make beautiful places in their pictures. So the first thing we're going to do before we get started is you're going to answer 3 questions in your artist brain. You're going to think about what place your artwork will show. You will think about what types of lines are you going to use to show this artwork. So are you going to use straight, recta, curvy lines, curva, diagonal, vertical, horizontal. There's lots and lots of different lines that we could use to make our beautiful place. And will you use squares, and what other shapes might you want to use in your picture? So once you've thought about that and answered it in your smarty arty brain, we are going to get a big piece of paper, our cardboard tools that I just showed you. You're also going to want some paint in lots of colors, and either a tray or a paper plate to put the paint on. You might also want, as we're working, and you can ask me, for a paintbrush and a water cup to add into your shapes if you want to add color and color them in. So I think I'm going to make a forest in the mountains in my picture, and I'm going to decide, do I want it to be tall or wide? I think my picture is going to be wide, and you can watch me work. So think about what place you're going to make. Think about a beautiful place that's special to you, and let's get started. All right, friends. Before we get started, I thought it might be a good idea to show you what these tools can do for you. So I've got a little bit of paint, and I'm going to start with this smaller rectangle, and I could make vertical lines, I could make horizontal lines, I could make shapes with this, no problem. When you're done with the tool, we're going to just place it on the tray. I might want to use a bigger tool, so this is a little bit bigger of a shape. I could make rectangles, and maybe I want something smaller to do the other ends. So we can use lots of different sizes of squares and rectangles to make different types of straight lines and straight shapes. And you might, like I said, you might also want to get some curved tools. So this curve tool is going to make smaller curves, and this one's going to make larger curves. We'll just dip it like we did before. So I can make a half of a circle, or if I want to make a whole circle, I can just line it up and do it like that. And we can do the same thing with this one. I could even make shapes that go like curving shapes. That looks pretty cool. All right, so now that you know how the tools work, I'm going to start working on my picture. Remember, you don't have to create a place from nature. It could be a man-made place, like, I don't know, maybe an amusement park would be kind of cool, or a building that you like. Anything that you think is beautiful, we're going to create that here. So I'm going to get started, and you can watch. Let's go. All right, friends, so I've made my shapes and my spaces. I made a sun, some rolling hills in purple, 2 layers of mountains, and a river at the bottom. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my paintbrush and my paint, and I'm going to go in and start filling in the spaces. Here we go. All right, friends, so I've made my lines with my cardboard tools and I built a picture one line at a time, and I changed lots of directions. I also used the brush to color it in. Now that we've made different lines and shapes, I'm going to take a moment and think about what colors would make my place more beautiful, and what other, can I add any more lines, and is there any other details that I should add? So I think maybe, and you might notice here that my two greens are different. I can mix colors like yellow into green to make it lighter, or blue to make it darker. And I think I'm going to add some flowers here with a smaller paintbrush, and maybe some clouds in the sky. And I think that after that, I might even go in with my tool, now that the paint's drying, and add some more texture on top to just make it look a little bit more interesting. That looks kind of cool. And I'm using two different shades of green, excuse me, to get this texture. All right, so I'm going to go get a smaller brush and add more details, and you can watch. Here we go. All right, friends, I just finished adding the details, like these flowers and clouds, to my picture. I think it came out really beautiful. I cannot wait to see how yours turn out. Remember, you can make any kind of place that is special to you and you feel like is beautiful. Let's get started.